Hi, and welcome to the third video that's part of our Bright Projector with the right screen, bright room installation. This video clip consists mostly of stills with captions and some commentary from me about the room conditions. Those images pretty much speak for themselves. The Epson Pro Cinema G6550WU and the Screen Innovation SLATE really do handle the most challenging rooms this side of outdoors. Epson's G6550 original commercial design is for tackling small auditoriums, university classrooms, and maybe even hotel ballrooms. Therefore, it should be no surprise that you can turn rooms that normally you would never consider a projector for into a dazzlingly effective media center when paired with the right screen surface. For watching sports, or sitcoms, or Blacklist, or maybe HGTV, or on rare occasions a movie, I do have a dedicated home theater after all, this combination works. And it should work almost as well if paired with larger screens of say 100 or 110 inches diagonal. In reality, I normally run theater mode and often in eco for viewing on this 86-inch screen, so the numbers say that I can have about the same brightness with the G6550's brightest mode using a 120-inch diagonal screen running full power. In summary, as hardware, the G6550 is a home theater, well actually really a home entertainment projector. It produces some pretty darn good looking picture quality, black levels notwithstanding, but it does it with enough horsepower, up to 5,000 lumens, to be paired with the right light absorbing screen, allowing them to boldly perform where lesser projectors and average screens dare not tread or even fail miserably. No longer must watching a big image in your favorite room mean having to stare at a monstrous blank space of an LCD TV when you're not watching. This setup is obviously more aesthetically pleasing when not in use than that big blank LCD TV could ever be. Most of the time my room is just a pretty bright living room, except at night of course. Note that at night I can use this combination with more than 30 recessed lights and other ceiling lights running at full tilt. Truth is, we never need that much light in our living room, but as you saw in the videos, this combination does a good job even under the worst case conditions. Right now is right before the worst time of day here. We've got the Super Bowl on pause up here. The Super Bowl was a few days before we shot this. And we're pretty close to the worst possible lighting, and the picture is still very watchable. Now watch what happens next. Worst possible time. Beams of sunlight crossing the floor. They're even reflecting off the waterfall back at the screen there. And yet I'm adjusting the exposure here to give you a better idea what it looks like. Still have a watchable game under worst case scenario. Again, we are not using the brightest mode, which doesn't look so good. We're in the second brightest mode, but still producing 4,000 lumens. Halftime show. Even a relatively dark scene like this still holds up under bad lighting conditions. More from the halftime show. And now I've adjusted the exposure so you can actually see the outside and the ocean out there in the distance and so on. Look how dark the screen looks, but as you saw, it's really nice and bright. Here we have the projector and the waterfall going, pointing towards the screen, of course. Moving right along, you've seen the worst that we could throw at this projector and screen combination. Now let's take a look at some other times of day. Here we are at 11 a.m. before the sun starts coming into the room. That streak of light across the ceiling, by the way, is due to reflections off of our grill outside. Here you're looking at 4 different modes: presentation, dynamic, photo right here, and finally theater. And theater is used for the rest of these shots. I'll tell you when we change. And as you can see, effortless on this bright football scene or an image like this. Again, we're in theater mode, so we're using less than 2/3 of the maximum brightness. Now here we have a Super Bowl scene on replay, and it's got some dark in there, and again, no problem at all. Now we've gone to full lighting in our room. You can see most of the 35 lights. We got where the Miller's up there. It's just taking a little bit of hit as we adjust, however, to show you, give you a better idea what the screen really looks like. Not bad. Here we're way off angle, so it's not as bright, but again, pretty good. We go to night, however, and the blacks are taking a hit despite the great Screen Innovation screen. Even a close-up look of that, you can see it's taking a beating. However, now we've got 6 LED lights on, all 60+ watt equivalent. Even the nighttime scene is drop dead gorgeous. Not even affected. So in summary, worst time of day, Right now, you're blinded even wearing sunglasses, and the screen can still perform in a room bathed with light. Combine a nice, bright home entertainment projector like this Epson with a screen designed for the room like the Screen Innovation SLATE, and what you end up with is an awesome media center. I'm Art Fireman. This is my new living room home entertainment center. Thanks for joining us.